Hello folks, Rich here, novice guitarist. If you're new here, hello. I am a terrible guitarist, but I've had a lot of guitars, I like them. This was guitar number 175 of late. It's a Squier Classic Vibe FSR. It's a tribute really to Stevie Ray Vaughan. It's got this lovely 3-burst sunburst. You can see all the grain through it. So it's a much nicer burst than you'll see on a lot of sort of budget guitars or cheaper guitars. Gold hardware, Squier on the back. It's got these pearloid style dot inlays which are nice. The frets are nicely polished. Thank you someone for letting me know about the lack of skunk stripe and why there is a lack of one. The truss rod's gone in and the fretboard has gone on top, which is laurel, but it's a really nice dark laurel. Hello Mark Greening. Mark Greening Guitars. He's got one of these. His is also nice and dark. I'll put a link to his channel down below actually. Good guitarist is Mark, and he does some reviews and some playing and some good stuff for people who are on the lookout for new gear. He demos things really well, and he's very kindly invited me along to guitar night with him and some of his buddies. I'll be taking the guitar just for the hell of it, probably just to show Mark a Chapman. I'm going to take my Chapman with me, but I won't be playing because they're all proper and I'm not. It's got a bone nut on this, which is slightly skew width, but it seems to be cut all right, so it doesn't really matter. Full thickness body, I measured it the other day. And one of the nice things on here is the tone knob is on the bridge here, and this tone does all the other positions. So I'm just going to play a few chords on clean. So this is through a Harley Benton Tube 15 amp. Put everything a bit more neutral than I usually have it. In fact, let's go totally neutral. So the bass, treble, middle, tone are all at 12. Yeah, 12 o'clock. Volume is at about 2. It's on 1 watt mode. Have to have a bit of gain on, otherwise there's no volume at all. But the gain's only on 2. Turn the tone right down, put it down to the bottom. Put it up to about 3 or 4, tiny bit of crackle as it goes. About 7. All the way up. Volume's on 9. Turn down, pull it down a little bit. Pick up heights on these. They've been set up quite nicely. It's a bit higher on the high E string side here, lower down there. It's probably about halfway up. They could go a bit higher. Yeah. If you've not had a Squier Classic Vibe before, one of the nice things about them, one nice to me, is the thinner necks. They're not baseball batty at all. Doesn't feel skinny to me, but yeah, I've got sort of average size hands. I've got big hands with long fingers. Like Steve Cassidy. Hi Steve. Yeah, I think he's got long fingers. Good for picking noses and swearing. So I'm sure you don't do either of those, Steve. Or if you don't, maybe you should. Then these 2 pickups. That's a nice difference there. Middle position. There's no reverb on here, no delay, but it rings out nicely. Bridge in the middle. On the bridge, let's have it all the way up. About 3, about 6. All the way up. gauge strings, not a fan of those. Let's turn the volume down a little bit, put an overdrive pedal on. This is a Joyo vintage overdrive. And the actual drive itself is on about 10 o'clock. So it's not on much at all, the volume's less than half, tone's in the middle. Sounds, I've got to tell you, I know it's only through a phone, so you don't get a good sound reproduction. I really don't like that sound at all. I said to Carsten and to Steve, Carsten the Game Dane, hello, check his channel out as well, the Game Dane. What a lovely guy. Yeah, I said to Carsten and to Steve Cassidy that just on my normal setup here, I appreciate, you know, I've got humbuckers and single cores and different kinds of things, but generally I've just pressed go on my pedals and I've liked the sound with other things, but not with this. Just sounds really... I'll turn that middle back down, I don't like the middle sound at all. Sounds really broken up, farty and distorted. It sounds like I've got a distortion pedal on high gain instead of a vintage overdrive on not much gain. Out of tune, sorry. Turn the tone down a bit. Turn back up. When it's unmistakably Strat sounding, which of course it is, it's a Strat. Sorry, words playing unusual, not picking the guitar up yesterday. Turn that volume down. God forbid I put another drive pedal on with it. Sounds fuzzy. Set it off altogether. So I don't know what I was expecting, and I was saying to Steve again and to Carsten, maybe I'm not a Strat person after all. Everyone should have a good Strat, shouldn't they? They should. But I think mine might be more of a telly person. I don't know, just much prefer the sound of the single chords on a telly. Yeah. put my overdrive pedal on this. Extra pedal with it. Anyway, point is, I'm like, I was just thinking, do I need to sound my amp? Do I need to get some new pedals? What's going on here? Just doesn't sound anything like how I want it to sound. I picked up the mighty Mina as well and put her on single coil mode. This is Mina, in case you don't know. Hello Tom, if you're watching. Tom had this and he did some jiggery pokey to the wiring, so you get hardly any volume drop from single coil. So even that sound is more satisfying to my big ears, and even on this, where the pickups, say even on this might be a stretch, maybe they're not as good on here, go in the hole. Yeah, that's done. Anyway, sorry, I digress. If you're still here, well done. This is a long video, isn't it? It's too long. But let me pick the star of the show back up, or the guitar we're talking about. Anyway, and here it is. Unquestionably beautiful to look at. Absolutely it is. I mean, Squier, what a great job. Just don't like the sound of that. Just don't like the sound of it. So it's going back. Can't believe I'm saying that. All I wanted was, having not had a proper Strat for ages, is just a really nice Strat, and this is a really nice Strat, and now I've got it. I'm not bothered by it. Not bothered by those tones in the slightest. So, yeah, you might say, well, change the pickups. Don't think I love the guitar that much to do that. I'm more of a have it as it is kind of guy. As you know, I bought that Cap 10 recently that Tom spent fucking ages doing all sorts of stuff to it, and I just didn't like it in the end, and it went. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'm sure you're thinking, Rich, you're an absolute burp, but there you go. That is what it is.